What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about SafeMoon because this coin is, in my opinion, inevitably going to become an incredibly valuable asset. Now, obviously, a lot of people have other stuff to say about that. Some people say it's a scam, some people say it's nothing, but I do not think so. I think that there are some fundamental reasons that we need to discuss as to why SafeMoon is, in a word, inevitable, right? You could literally just plaster the SafeMoon logo right over Thanos' head, and you'd basically have my idea of what SafeMoon is, right? It is inevitably going to become a fairly valuable asset because of some long-term fundamental trends that we're going to look at in other assets, as well as some of the fundamentals behind what makes SafeMoon very valuable, in my opinion. And of course, I'm going to preface this by saying that obviously nothing here is financial advice. I'm not recommending anyone do anything with their money. And I'm also going to beg you to subscribe to the channel. So currently we've got 10,000 subs. We're looking to get to 11,000. So anyone who wants to go down and hit the subscribe button is so much appreciated. Now, obviously, SafeMoon isn't having a great day or a great week, right? SafeMoon is actually down about 11% on the day. It's been falling ever since it did actually start rising towards the beginning of the new year as they had some marketing materials come out on New York's billboards, right? So obviously we went through a little bit of a pump. Now we're falling a little bit. I'm not worried about this whatsoever because of the fundamental reasons why I think SafeMoon will be doing very well over the long term. And not just that, but it's not literally just SafeMoon that's falling. It's pretty much all cryptos, right? Even Bitcoin is down 10% over the past 24 hours. Ethereum's down 12%, and the list just goes on and on. I mean, pretty much every crypto you can see is down pretty massively over the past 24 hours. So it is no surprise that SafeMoon is following suit, right? It's actually a good thing to see it going with the overall crypto market, which will likely be expanding in the future. So I am not at all worried about the recent decrease in SafeMoon price. Now, obviously, there are some fundamental reasons why SafeMoon will be rising in the future, and you can actually see quite a few of them right here on the SafeMoon homepage. Now, the first thing that I really love about SafeMoon, why I think the user base is going to continue growing, is because obviously, if you guys know about SafeMoon, you know that whenever you buy or sell SafeMoon, there is a 10% tax placed on the coin, and 1% of that tax gets contributed to a growth fund. So 1% is added to the SafeMoon ecosystem growth fund, and that's essentially what allows them to continue pumping out marketing materials for the coin, right? They're able to keep publicizing it and growing the community of people who are interested in owning this coin because every transaction adds to the amount of capital that they have to do that. So obviously, over the long term, we'll probably see an increase in the number of people who are interested in SafeMoon, especially as we get it listed on additional crypto exchanges. That's probably going to be incredibly bullish for them. And over the long term, we'll likely see a large increase in the number of SafeMoon owners and users, right? We're actually getting very close to 1 million SafeMoon wallets being opened on the App Store. So the second thing, and one of the best reasons, in my opinion, to own SafeMoon is because 2% of every transaction is burned, right? 2% of all the SafeMoon every time it's traded is burnt. And you can actually see what happens when instead of burning a coin or a source of money, right? When you actually increase the source of money, you can see this is a chart of what has happened to the dollar over the past 50 years. The value that the dollar has had has actually decreased dramatically because they're doing the exact opposite of what SafeMoon is doing, right? They're printing more money every year, and you can see what happens to a currency when you print more and more every year. It just gets less and less valuable over time. Once again, inevitably, right? Because you're adding more to the supply. Now, with SafeMoon, you could actually take this graph and invert it, right? You would essentially be decreasing the supply of SafeMoon every year. And in essence, decreasing the supply means that you are increasing the price as long as there's the same amount of demand. Now, we will also probably see an increase in demand because 1% of every transaction is used to contribute to the growth fund and potentially get some additional SafeMoon users out there. So we're likely to see a decrease in supply and an increase in demand, which would extrapolate this trend, if you inverted it, even more than what we're seeing with the dollar, right? We'll probably see SafeMoon appreciate at a much more rapid rate because we're not only decreasing supply, but we're also increasing demand. And that's not even the best part of SafeMoon, right? So first off, we do have to say that 3% of every transaction is added to a liquidity pool. That essentially just removes the need for market makers. So that's a really good aspect of SafeMoon as well. I know nobody is a huge fan of market makers, but the absolute best part of buying SafeMoon and holding it early, more specifically, is that 4% of that tax is redistributed to all existing shareholders. So you buy SafeMoon today, and you get SafeMoon paid out to you essentially every day if you're holding enough of it. Because people are transacting in SafeMoon. And you can see that on this chart right here. You can see the volume lines down here. All of that volume is beautiful because you're getting that SafeMoon redistributed to you. 4% of those transactions, some of that's getting sent back to you. So it's actually an incredibly bullish thing for the holders of SafeMoon, right? If you're holding SafeMoon, then your account value will inevitably go up, even if SafeMoon's price stays the same, right? If SafeMoon just stagnates for the next 10 years, even without the assumption that it will increase because of the likely increase in demand and the likely decrease of supply, even if SafeMoon just stays at the same value for the next 50 years, you as a holder, as long as people are trading it back and forth, you'll likely see your account value increasing year after year. Once again, making the ascent of these SafeMoon holders' account values essentially inevitable, right? At least in my opinion. Obviously, bad stuff could happen to SafeMoon, right? It could be banned for some reason. Who knows what could happen? Anything can happen in the markets, but I don't think that's very likely, right? I think that SafeMoon is probably going to be, over the long term, one of the better performing assets that people have access to now, right? Especially at these prices, when you're buying SafeMoon at a fraction of a cent, it seems really, really cheap. It seems like there's a lot of potential in SafeMoon because of the way it's been set up, right? It's been set up for success. So incredibly bullish stuff is what we're looking at for the future of SafeMoon. And that's just my opinion, right? Obviously, nobody can tell the future. Anything could happen to SafeMoon. Any bad thing could happen to it. Maybe it gets hacked. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't think that anything too horrible is going to happen to them. I expect that since they've set themselves up for success, it seems like the likely trajectory is to just see an increase in SafeMoon price. We'll probably see really good stuff from SafeMoon in the future. Once again, I'm not trying to convince anyone to buy it. I'm just letting you guys know my opinion on the coin. So if you guys are interested in more of that, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Once again, we're trying to get to 11K subs, and feel free to like the video also. Other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.